Hey, everybody, happy Friday, and welcome to the Sports Gaming Advisors NBA Friday edition, where we're going to look back at the Thursday night games that we liked and look ahead to what we like for the Friday slate. First off, Thursday night, there were only 5 games. We had 2 selections and a strong lean from yesterday. All were good. Indiana, plus 1.5 at Detroit. Easy winner, was never really in doubt. We had our strong lean was the Oklahoma City Thunder at home against Cleveland. That one should have been a bet. They killed Cleveland. That was the no sweat bet of the slate. Up 40 whenever they pulled their guys out, ended up cruising to a 20 plus point win. And then Sacramento minus 3.5 at home against Houston. That one was back and forth, but they pull it out, win it by 5. So 2-0 in our pregame selections. And then live, we had the same 2 games on the opposite sides, tried to middle them both, took Detroit plus 10. They should have covered that down the stretch. Couple of unfortunate happenings, and they lose by 11. But Houston plus 10.5 at the half was a pretty comfortable cover. They end up losing the game, like we said, by 5. So in that one, we had Sacramento minus 3.5. We had Houston plus 10.5, and we landed squarely in the middle at 5. So cashed them both. So on the day, 3 wins, 1 loss. We'll add that to the total. So for the week, pregame picks 8-4, live picks 14-8-1, and overall adding up to 22-12-1, a 64.7% winning percentage. Very good. That's exactly where we want to be. Plus 8.8 units on the week, and we still got 3 days left to try to add to that number for our weekly total. So now let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the league for Friday night. Friday night, we're starting with the Knicks at home in the Garden against Minnesota. I want to make sure. Now, we're going to mention a few players we want to make sure are playing in these games. One of them is Big Cat for the Knicks. We need to make sure Towns is in the game. If he is, I love Towns against Minnesota. He has a chip on his shoulder for this particular matchup, and I like the Knicks at home minus 3.5 and make sure Towns is in the game. Same thing with Denver. They got the wrong team favored in this one. I love Denver at Miami plus 1.5 as long as Joker's playing. I'd like to see Gordon in the lineup, but Joker is the main guy I need to see. If he's in, I'm in. Take Denver. Chicago playing this terrible Hornets team. Lay it in Chicago minus 4.5. They're going to outduel Charlotte easily, I expect. So I think 4.5 is not nearly enough. We're going to lay it with Chicago minus 4.5. Memphis minus 2.5. This is a fun matchup, but I think Memphis can outscore this Spurs team. So we're taking the Grizz on the road, laying the 2.5. And the Lakers, if this Brooklyn team is bringing anything like they did against the Clippers, we're going to lay the 11.5 with the Lakers. Now, key points here. I want to see Cam Johnson out of the lineup for Brooklyn. I want to see LeBron and AD in the lineup for the Lakers. If that's the case, I think they're going to blow them out. But make sure those are the case. We're going to wait and watch, especially on that one. You're not really at risk of that line going up a whole bunch from already a pretty big line. So I would wait and make sure that our guys are in, that we want in, and that Cam Johnson is not playing for the Nets. So that's our group of 5 spots for Friday. Check us out at sportsgamingadvisors.com. We'll put it on there if we're taking it. We're not necessarily going to take all 5. It's going to depend on who's playing and who's not. But this is where we stand right now. But subscribe there, get that, and get the live picks, which is really our strongest suit, is what we do live, generally at halftime. We're going to look for good spots to cash while the games are going on. So right now we're up 8.8 units on the week and 105.3 coming into the week. We're going to keep on trying to add to that total and beat up the books. So, and we're going to be back tomorrow to talk about what happened tonight and look ahead to Saturday's slate. In the meantime, good luck on your bets, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.